Next is question number 19. जी बच्चे पढ़े question number 19.
A ball is thrown vertically downwards to the ground as illustrated in figure 2.1. The ball is thrown with speed u from a height of 1.5 meter. The ball then hits the ground with speed 8.10 meters per second. Assume that air resistance is negligible. Calculate speed u. U maximum height.
So this the ball is falling downward under the
V squared
gravity.
minus u squared equals to 2as.
V square minus ठीक है good 2as equals V square minus U square and you have to find out the U square. हाँ जी हो जाएगा इससे 2a 9.81. The vertical distance is 1.5 and the final velocity is given 8.7 here. The initial velocity is unknown. जी चेक करें.
So u squared equals to 46.26. 6.8.
6.8. So the answer after taking the square root,
Yes.
6.8 is the answer. Next is state how the Newton's third law applies to the collision between the ball and the ground. ठीक है? इसमें क्या लिखेंगे?
Talk about the sir.
You have to explain the Newton's third law. इसका मतलब है कि when the ball collides with the ground, then magnitude of force exerted on the ground is equals to the magnitude of the force exerted by ground on the ball. ठीक है? तो इसमें हम लिखते हैं when ball hit the ground, when ball hit the ground, the magnitude of force, the magnitude of force the magnitude of force on the ground by the ball is equal to the magnitude of force on the ball by the ground. मतलब जितनी बॉल पे फोर्स लगेगी उतने ही मैग्नीट्यूड की ग्राउंड पे लगेगी. और दूसरा पॉइंट हम क्या लिखेंगे? द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स the direction of force on the ground the direction of force on the ground on the ground is opposite opposite to the direction the direction of force on the ground is opposite to the direction of force opposite to the direction of force on the ball. Any confusion?
No, sir.
Next, the ball is in contact with the ground for a time of 0.091 second. The ball rebounds vertically and leaves the ground with speed 5.4 meter per second. The mass of the ball is 0.059. Mass is given. Calculate the magnitude of the change in momentum of the ball during the collision. आपने क्या फाइंड करना
M1.
है? मैग्नीट्यूड फाइंड करना है. Change in momentum equals mv minus
MU.
mu. Now यहाँ पे हम mass को कॉमन ले लेता हूँ मैं, तो we
Maybe.
have v minus u. Next is अब इसमें हमारे पास the mass is 0.059. अब बच्चे
Yeah.
वेलोसिटीज का डायरेक्शन आपने देखनी है. चेंज इन मोमेंटम ऑफ द बॉल. तो इनिशियली द बॉल इज मूविंग डाउनवर्ड एंड द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी इज
6.8.
जी
6.8.
इनिशियल वेलोसिटी just before hitting the ground is
Oh, 8.7.
8.7, and when it rebound their velocity is given in this
5.4.
part 5.4. Now both velocities are in the opposite direction.
So
So
8.7 minus 5.4.
हाँ जी, so 5.4 is the final
Oh,
minus and
opposite.
minus 8.7. Yes.
Okay, so plus करेंगे. 5.4 minus 8.7.
Hmm.
So 5.4 plus 8.7 equals to HD whatever multiplied by 0.059.
Hmm.
0.8319.
88319. So the answer is 0.83.
83.
Next is determine the magnitude. Determine the magnitude of the average resultant force that act on the ball during the collision. Magnitude of average resultant force F equals delta P by delta T. The change in momentum is 0.83 and the time is given in previous part, which is 0.091.
9.
So the answer is 9.1.
Huh? Okay.
चेक कर लो इसका आंसर 9.1 ही है. आई थिंक मैंने इस तरह का कल भी करवाया है.
Well, 0.91.
ओके.
0.91.
इज इट जीरो? नो, चेक करें. is 0.83 divided by 0.091.
Oh, 9.1.
Okay. Next is use your answer in C part 2, which is 9.1, to calculate the magnitude of the average force exerted by the ground on the ball during the collision. What's the average force exerted by the ground on the ball? तो
Like
देखें,
9.1.
अगर ये आपके पास ग्राउंड है
Yeah.
और ये बॉल है, अब बच्चे बॉल कितनी फोर्स लगा रही है? The force exerted by the ball is 9 point, है ना?
ठीक है.
एक और भी चीज होगी, वो कौन होगा? द सेकंड फोर्स इज द वेट ऑफ द बॉल. The weight of the ball is also exerting a force on the ground. So the total force is total yeah total force is force due to the momentum, है ना?
Hmm.
Force plus weight of the ball. The total force is 9.1 plus weight. Weight is mg. M is 0.059 into G is 9.81. क्या करो?
Okay. So 9.81 multiplied by 0.059 equals to plus 9.1. That is 9.67879.
9.6787. So 9.7 Newton is the force. तो इसमें समझ आइए, there are two forces. One is the weight of the ball plus the force due to the momentum of the ball. ठीक है?
Okay.
Next is the ball was thrown downward at time t equals 0 and hits the ground at time t equals t. On figure 2.2, sketch a graph to show the variation of the speed of the ball with time t from t0 to t capital T. Numerical values are not required. Okay. Thrown downward at time t equals 0 and hits the ground at time t equals t. Sketch the graph to show the variation of the speed of the ball with time t from t0 to capital T. Capital T क्या चीज है?
Final time.
अ, और पहले उन्होंने क्या टाइम दिया हुआ था? वो तो ड्यूरिंग क्लूजन था ना? अच्छा, तो इसमें अभी उसने कोई टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी का नहीं कहा हुआ ना?
Hmm.
ग्रेडियंट ऑफ, ऐसे लिखते हैं, ग्रेडियंट ऑफ स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ क्या होता है? इज
Speed, time, acceleration.
एक्सेलरेशन. एंड when when a object is falling freely, so acceleration equals g equals
9.81.
981. So it means acceleration remains constant
Constant.
throughout. So acceleration is constant, which is 9.81. तो यहाँ पे ऐसे कर देते हैं, acceleration is v by t, which remains constant. In practice, air resistance is not negligible. अब एयर रेजिस्टेंस तो होती है ना
Hmm.
रियल लाइफ में? तो नाउ द ग्राफ इज नॉट अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. फिर वो हमारे पास, इफ यू रिमेंबर, विच टाइप ऑफ
Was it
ग्राफ इज
terminal
नाउ?
velocity?
हाँ, वेरी गुड. फिर इस तरह का ग्राफ बनता था, याद है?
Hmm.
तो ये अब उन्होंने पूछा है कि state and explain the variation if any with the time t of the gradient of the graph in d distance is not negligible. तो उसमें हम कहेंगे when speed increases, air resistance also, we know
Okay.
that the resultant force equals weight minus resistive force, and resistive force directly proportional to the speed. If speed increases, resistive
Resistive
force
increase.
increase, that decreases the resultant force. Resultant force कम होने का मतलब acceleration decrease होगा, and decrease in acceleration mean the gradient of VT graph must be decreases. तो हम लिखेंगे speed increases when speed increases, when speed increases, the resistive force या air resistance, so air resistance also
Decrease.
decrease. Oh, increase.
Uh-huh.
Air resistance
Increase.
also increases, and the acceleration that that decreases the resultant force resultant force therefore therefore the acceleration therefore uh, therefore the acceleration also decreases also
Decreases.
decreases as a result the gradient of curve as a result the gradient of speed time decreases. Gradient of speed time also decreases. Next question, बहुत lengthy है, पढ़ो आप. जी विजय.
A person uses a trolley to move suitcases at an airport. The total mass of the trolley and the suitcase is 72 kg. The person pushes the trolley and suitcases along the horizontal surface with a constant speed of 1.4 meters per second, and then releases the trolley. The released trolley moves in a straight line and considers assume that the constant total resistance force of 18 newton opposes the motion of trolley and suitcases. Calculate the power required to overcome the total resistive force on trolley and suitcases when they move with a constant speed of 1.4 meters per second.
Hmm.
Power.
देखते हैं
Power equal to work square by time.
how many things are given. The total mass of the trolley. Total mass is given. Next, it is moving with a constant speed. Constant speed का मतलब forward force and resistive forces are equal. With the speed is 1.4. The resistive force is 1.8 18 Newton. Calculate the power. Power is force into velocity. Okay. In this
Okay.
case, and we know that the resistive force and forward force are equal. So the power equals 18 multiply by the velocity. Very simple.
Oh, 18 multiplied by 1.4. This is 25.2.
25.2. So the answer is 25.
Okay.
Calculate the time taken for the trolley to come to rest after it is released. To come to rest. में क्या लगाएं? This is important. अब हमारे पास come to rest का मतलब final velocity become 0. Initial is already given, which is 1.4. में कोई इक्वेशन लगा देते हैं. V equals U plus AT, है ना?
हाँ जी.
और V equals U plus AT. The final speed is 0. Initial speed is कितनी थी? 1.4.
हाँ जी.
Acceleration कितना है?
9.81. Constant speed. एक्सप्रेशन तो होएगा ही नहीं, पर ये बस आई पार्ट के लिए है।
नहीं नहीं,
कांस्टेंट स्पीड तो 1.4 ही है सर, तो एक्सेलरेशन तो
कांस्टेंट स्पीड है ना, सो दे हैव अ कांस्टेंट एक्सेलरेशन।
नहीं दिया हुआ हमको सर जी।
हम्म, मैं यहाँ पे कर रहा हूँ।
ऐसे से फिर यू थी कुछ तो नहीं उसके लिए भी ए है।
एम ए, द नेट फोर्स इज 18, मास कितना है?
72।
72। और ये हमने इसको रोकना है ना, तो अपोजिंग फोर्स इज नेगेटिव, तो 18 ओवर 72
0.25।
प्लस 0.25।
0.25 नेगेटिव नहीं होगा।
जी जी, मैं लिख रहा हूँ नेगेटिव। यहाँ पे हमने नेगेटिव क्यों लिया है? बिकॉज वी वांट टू स्टॉप द ट्रॉली, दिस मस्ट बी ऑपोजिट टू, दिस इज ऑपोजिट टू इनिशियल वेलोसिटी, इनिशियल
वेलोसिटी।
velocity, because we want to stop the trolley। तो यहाँ से into t माइनस हो रहा है, ये उधर चला जाएगा, तो दिस बिकम्स 0.25 t इक्वल्स 1.4, तो t इक्वल्स 1
5.6।
पॉइंट, आंसर इज,
5.6।
इसका आंसर दे लेगा फिर।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 20।
हम्म
20 आई 5.6 seconds.
5.6 सेकेंड। नेक्स्ट इज, at an other place in the airport, the trolley and the suitcase are on the slope as shown in figure. Next is the person releases the trolley from rest. From rest mean initial speed is 0.
0.
The trolley moves down the slope in a straight line towards point Y. The distance along the slope between x and y is 9.5. Distance is given. The component F of the weight of the trolley and the suitcase act along the slope is 54 Newton. अच्छा, सारी चीजें ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन ग्राफिक पिक्चर में बनी हुई हैं। Assumes that the constant resistive force opposes the motion of the trolley and the suitcase. Calculate the speed of the trolley and final speed आपने फाइंड करनी है। इसमें भी पहले हम, now the distance is given, so I want to use this 2as equals v square minus u square. So 2 acceleration is not given है ना, इसमें भी distance is
तो F तो
9.5,
नहीं।
final speed is unknown, initial speed is 0, f is equals to ma लगा देना,
Yeah.
ma। यहाँ पे नेट फोर्स आपने देखनी है, व्हाट्स द नेट फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन द ट्रॉली? 54 minus
54।
18, 54 minus 18 m, and the acceleration, oh mass is given, mass is लिखा हुआ था ये शुरू में मैंने, trolley in the previous part,
नहीं पहले पार्ट में
another trolley,
नहीं सेम ही होंगे, 72 ही होंगे। हाँ 72 ही होंगे, मैं कि उन्होंने कहा था another place trolley and suitcases.
okay, so 72,
Yeah. Let's do A.
72 into the acceleration, so 54 minus over 70 equals
0.5.
0.5, 0.5 चेक करें अब।
equal multiply by 2 multiplied by 9.5. Yeah. Hello. So square root the answer 3.08.
3.08. So V equals 3.08. So answer is 3.1.
Oh
Any
yes.
confusion?
No, no, sir.
Next is calculate the work done by F for the movement of the trolley from X to. The
Y.
formula of work is F into T. Very simple. Force कहीं given थी 54 न्यूटन.
Yes.
अच्छा अब क्या लिखा हुआ है? This is the work done by F only, not the net force. Okay. तो
ठीक है.
आपने 54, the distance
Hmm.
is 5 9.5.
Hmm.
9.5. check करें.
513.
513. तो ये 5 10 हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट थर्ड पार्ट पढ़े.
The trolley is released at point X at time t equals to 0. On figure 2.2, sketch a graph to show the variation with time t of the work done by F for the movement of the trolley from X to Y. Numerical values of the work done and t are not required.
हम्म.
Graph draw करना है.
अब ट्रॉली नीचे जा रही है, उसकी स्पीड क्या हो रही है बच्चे? ज़्यादा ना.
Yes.
तो आपको वर्क भी क्या करना पड़ेगा? या- ऐसे करते
Increase
हैं. एस इज इक्वल्स वर्क इक्वल्स फोर्स
FP.
इनटू. और अभी अब ऐसा करते हैं. डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला क्या था? डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल्स टू यू टी प्लस हाफ ए टी स्क्वायर. इनिशियल स्पीड इज जीरो. इनिशियल स्पीड इज जीरो. तो एस इज इक्वल्स टू हाफ ए टी स्क्वायर. एस इज बेसिकली द डिस्टेंस. तो
Hmm.
वर्क इक्वल्स एफ इंटू हाफ ए टी स्क्वायर. Now f and a is constant. F and a is constant. It means work is proportional to t square. ये कर सकते हैं.
लगता तो ऐसे ही है.
So work is proportional to t square. तो ये ग्राफ ऐसे बनेगा. ठीक है.
ठीक है.
ओके. नेक्स्ट आगे पढ़े मुझे.
The angle of the slope in B is constant. The frictional forces acting on the wheels of the moving trolley are also constant. Explain why, in practice, it is incorrect to assume that the total resistive force opposing the motion of the trolley and staircases is constant as the trolley moves between X and Y.
ओके. तो यहाँ पे द एंगल इज कांस्टेंट. एंगल चेंज कर रहे हैं. द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन द व्हील of the moving trolley. Friction between the rod, trolley and the surface is constant. Explain why in practice it is incorrect to assume that the resistive force opposing the motion of the trolley and suitcase is constant. जी.
हाँ जी.
ट्रॉली आपके पास ऐसे से है ना.
Hmm.
ये ट्रॉली है. तो one force is in between the rod and the surface and the wheel, and the second force is resistive forces due to the air
Yeah.
resistance. So although
हाँ जी.
if the frictional force between the surface and wheel is constant, but still the resistive force due to air is not constant, है ना?
हाँ जी.
तो हम लिखते हैं there 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 must be a resistive force. There must be air resistance that increases with the that increases with with a with increase in velocity, that increases with the increase in velocity.
Velocity.
Next is define force. पढ़े बच्चे?
Define force.
Yes, how can you define force?
Change in momentum divided by time.
So
No.
rate of change of momentum.
Change in momentum.
Rate of change rate of change. Next, a ball falls vertically downward towards a horizontal floor and then rebound along its original path as predicted. Ball नीचे जा रही है, hit the ground and then bounce back. The ball reaches the floor with a
Rebound.
speed. हाँ जी. This is the initial speed. तू कह देता हूँ. The ball is in contact with the floor. The time is given. Ball leaves the floor. Speed this. The mass of the ball is given. Simple. Calculate the loss of kinetic energy. तो kinetic energy
1 into m squared.
ऐसे करते हैं. Change in kinetic energy equals kinetic
Well,
energy final minus kinetic energy
initial.
half here minus half u square. Half m is 1. So you have v square minus half mass is 0.0. V is 1.7 here minus 3. Check करो.
Square square. 1.7 square minus 3.8 square. 0.062 multiplied by 0.5 minus 0.358.
0. Point.
358.
एक दफा इसको check कर ले.
0.36. Question number 21.
0.358.
21 VI. 6. 6.
आंसर ठीक है.
जी.
ओके नेक्स्ट इज. अच्छा यहाँ पे हमने माइनस क्यों नहीं लिया? Although their velocities are opposite in direction.
think velocity is speedy है.
Because kinetic energy is scalar. तो उसमें direction involved नहीं
Okay.
होता. Okay. Next is determine the magnitude and change in momentum of the ball during the collision. Magnitude change in momentum is v
Final
minus
initial.
mu. Delta
Yes.
p equals m common ले लेते हैं. Now we have to take a negative sign because momentum is a vector quantity. तो अब हम लेंगे m is the mass 0.062, final velocity is कितना था 1.7
minus
minus and
bracket
again
minus
minus प्लस भी लिख सकते हैं आप 3.8 3.0.341
0.341.
0.341 0.34 is the show that the magnitude of the average resultant force acting on the ball during the collision is 4.2 Newton. F equals delta P over delta T. Change in momentum is 0.34 and the time is given which is 0.081. Check करो क्या आता है
4.197. 1 9.
4.197. This is 4.2 Newton. Use the information in C to calculate the magnitude of the average force. है ना average force क्या होगी
Hmm.
the force due to the weight of the ball plus
And
force due
resistance.
to its momentum or due to its kinetic energy.
No.
So the total force is force plus weight. तो टोटल फोर्स अभी एक हमने लिखी थी 4.2 वेट के लिए हम क्या लगा देंगे mg m is 0.062 g is 9.81
Eq plus
g
4.8.
so 4.8 is the answer. Next, the average force ये average force on the floor during the collision is इसको कैसे करें average force on the floor during the collision is also 4.8 because
Oh,
according to Newton's third law.
equal
Newton's,
forces reaction.
हाँ जी, Newton's third law. The force on ball is 4.8, so force on the ground is also 4.8 Newton. Okay. Next
Okay.
is state the Newton first law of motion. ये काफी टाइम बाद आया. The first law को आप कैसे लिखेंगे?
तो आप बताओ सर.
In the absence, the absence of an an external force. In the absence of external force,
Force.
a body continue its a body continue continue its state of rest its state of rest or a body continue its state of rest or uniform motion uniform motion ठीक
ठीक है.
है uniform motion question next is बड़े बचे B part
A skier is pulled in a straight line along horizontal ground by a wire attached to a kite as shown in figure 2.1. The mass of the skier is 89 kg. The wire is at an angle of 38 to the horizontal. The variation with time t of the velocity v of the skier is shown in figure 2.2. Use figure 2.2 to
velocity
determine the
time graph is given and use figure 1.2
use figure
determine
2.2.
okay So you have to determine the distance moved by the skier from 0 to 5 seconds. This is the area under the graph. This line is straight. This line is also straight and parallel. तो हम यहाँ पे यूज करते हैं डिस्टेंस इक्वल्स 1/2 a plus b. A plus b. B is 4.4
4.4.
into the distance between them is 5.
ये
Area of trapezium.
ये पूरा ट्रेपेजियम है?
Yes, it's full
श्योर
trapezium.
सर?
चेक कर लेते हैं. No. Oh,
नहीं है ना?
up to this is the trapezium. है ना? तो यहाँ पे
हाँ
मुझे
जी।
लेना चाहिए 3
हम्म।
plus the next half portion is the rectangle. Rectangle is length. Length is 4.4 into the
Two.
breadth is 2.
Two.
अब चेक करें.
18.4 total length figure.
18.4. 18.4 जिसको just 18 इधर ही लिख. अच्छा
18.
चल अब ये जो आपने पीडीएफ भेजी थी ये कंप्लीट हो गई है. ठीक है.
और कोई और क्वेश्चन नहीं है इसके बाद?
इसके बाद नहीं है. तो आप मुझे और इसकी पीडीएफ भेज. ठीक है.
मैं आज फिर आके भेज दूंगी, ठीक है?
ये भी क्वेश्चन ऐड कर देना ना कि यहाँ से ही स्टार्ट होगा फिर. ठीक है.
हाँ जी।
ये फुल क्वेश्चन ऐड कर देना.
ठीक। हाँ जी, इंशाल्लाह।
ओके. खुदा हाफिज.
अल्लाह हाफिज।